Alright guys, how was everyone doing tonight? This is Luke back here with yet another album review. Today we'll be reviewing Cattle Decapitation's Monolith of Inhumanity, released on May 8th, 2012 on Metal Blade. The lineup consists of Travis Ryan on vocals, electronics, and atmospherics on keyboards, drums on the Monolith. Josh Elmore, guitar, gang vocals on the Carbon Stampede. Derek Ingman, bass, additional vocals, gang vocals on the Carbon Stampede, additional guitar and keyboard on the Monolith. Dave McGraw, drums, gang vocals on the Carbon Stampede. Now, this is a pretty controversial album. Some could say the most controversial that Cattle Decap has ever done. And personally, I think it's fucking amazing. So let's get into this review. The album starts off with Carbon Stampede, which is a brutal commentary on the world's environmental policy. The basic premises of this track is that humanity is ruining the environment, particularly through the continued use of fossil fuels. The second track, Dead Set on Suicide, almost seems as if it is a critique against the ethic lessons that have been credited to Jesus of Nazareth. Next up, we have a living, breathing piece of defecating meat, which is basically a human being, or more precisely, what's left of a human after taking away its humanity. Now, the most controversial song on the record, which is Forced Gender Reassignment, which holds to one of the most goriest and controversial songs and videos of all time. It explains in graphic detail a fictional character getting gender reassignment surgery. And as well, I think this song touches on a little bit of what might happen in transgenders' mind, and as well of what will happen after transgender people die and are sent to hell. Next up, we have the track Gristle Liquor, which I feel like is more of a filler song, but still, that doesn't take away any of its fucking brutalness and heaviness, as well as the others. Now, next up we have the track Life Stalker, which depicts the human being as a responsibility for creating its own hell, destroying other species on our own planet, whilst even fucking being proud of it, man, you know. Now, next we have the track Do Not Resuscitate, which talks about someone who has been murdered brutally, but this murder for him is a release to finally leave what he considers a repulsive existence. Next up we have Your Disposal, which is probably my favorite track on the album, with its harsh vocals and also melody to back it up. And I gotta say, it's personally in my top 3 favorite tracks of this album. Here we basically see Eve giving birth to humanity, a living, breathing piece of permanent meat, birthed into dirt, making its way through the Garden of Eden, hell-bent on destruction. Next up, we have the Monolith, which almost seems to be questioning God's existence, or possibly what what goes on in a person's mind that has sinned a lot and has never been forgiving. As the track states multiple times over, if we were promised heaven, then why are we in hell? Now, for the final fucking track of the album, we have the song Kingdom of Tyrants. As one could tell throughout the whole album, the tyrants are obviously us, over the world, utterly destroying it and all the innocence of it. Now, that concludes Cattle Decapitation's Monolith of Inhumanity album review. If you would like to see if you'd like to see me review any other albums, please leave it down in the fucking comments below. This is an amazing death grind / brutal death metal album, and I would highly recommend it. It's an easy 8 out of 10 for me. Everyone, thank you for watching. This has been Luke, and don't forget to stay fucking metal. Cheers.